Hey, welcome back. It's the Madmen of Wrestling. I'm Jake.
Yeah, I'm Victor.
And today we're going to be talking about WWE Backlash. So this is a preview.
Yeah, just gonna go over the matches real quick and what we think our predictions are for each match, and then we'll cover the actual show on a different episode.
Yes.
So Backlash is the first
Dual branded.
Yes, first dual branded show. This wasn't the first when they brought Backlash back to the pay-per-view lineup. Wasn't it towards the end of the year?
No, it's always been after WrestleMania.
No, I know it's always been after WrestleMania, but I could have sworn that the last one, the one that when they first brought it back to the lineup, because it wasn't part of the show for a long. I mean, part of the pay-per-view schedule for a long time.
It's true. I think last year was the first year they brought it back.
I think it was 2016.
So a couple years ago, because I remember Extreme Rules was always after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So I think they brought it back when they split the brands.
Okay.
So
all right. So
that's what I think.
That's just one I wanted to get clear. I've always liked Backlash as a pay-per-view right after WrestleMania.
I mean,
because
that's the name, Backlash.
Right. It's the name. I feel like that's the whole thing about it. We get WrestleMania rematches, and it's just a WrestleMania 2 kind of deal. Yeah. I liked Backlash the show, period. It's a part 2 to WrestleMania. We get rematches and revenge matches and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I always used to like the big old hooks that they used to have.
Oh, the guillotine.
Yeah, there you go.
Guillotine things. Yeah, that was always great.
So I guess for the first match we have
the pre-show. It's Bayley versus Ruby Riott.
That's on the pre-show?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
The P stands for
I got that. Thanks.
So I guess this should be a good match. Ruby Riott and Bayley are great wrestlers.
I didn't really like Ruby Riott at first.
What do you mean, as a wrestler or just in general?
I don't know. I didn't know how to take her. Like,
she's Punk. Like, yeah.
I mean, that's pretty cool, Punk. Yeah, but I don't know. When I first seen her on NXT when she first came in, I looked at her as like an indie wrestler. I know that's where she came from, but I mean like a local type of of girl,
like nobody established.
Yeah, nobody really established, and I guess that's how you learn to get used to people. But I'm definitely a fan now. What is it? The Riot Squad.
Yeah,
I like when they came to SmackDown. I thought that they were really cool.
Yeah, it was unfortunate they did it right the day after Absolution made their debut. So it was like 2-3 women groups dominating. You had the blonde, you had the brunette, and then you had the pale dark one. Dark-haired one,
speaking of the Riot Squad, do you think we're going to see Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan at ringside?
Of course.
Okay.
You might see Sasha Banks come out to either help or...
You think so?
Or hinder Bayley. I don't know. You have to have, if you have Bayley, you're gonna have to have Sasha Banks to continue that.
I don't know.
To continue their storyline of whatever they're doing.
All right. You think that any of them is gonna play a factor in how this match ends?
Of course.
Okay. All right. Predictions. Who do you think is gonna go over in this one?
I'm going to say Ruby Riott.
All right. All right.
You?
Why do you think that?
I think they're still trying to establish her as her credibility, and if you have Bayley lose with either help from the Riot Squad or distraction from Sasha, I mean that doesn't hurt Bayley too much.
I'm gonna go with Bayley on this one.
Okay, all right, we'll see. Okay,
so match number 1 on the actual show, we have.
Well, we don't know what order they're gonna go in, so
okay.
Let's talk about Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, they just made that match on Monday.
So all right, so what's going on here?
They just needed to put them on the show, pretty much. They fought on Monday, in a 6-man tag.
Who were the other 2 guys?
It was Jinder Mahal was with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Oh, that's right.
And I can't recall who was with Oh, Roman Reigns. Duh. Stupid Roman.
Well, he's forgettable, so.
Yeah, that's why I didn't remember. So it was a 6-man tag.
So you think this is a throwaway match?
This is what I think might happen. They need to do something with Bobby Lashley. So my thing is, I think he's going to turn heel on Braun Strowman. I think Bobby Lashley will be a better heel.
You think? Yeah. And
they need Braun Strowman to do something.
Have you seen? I know this is a WWE show and we're covering Backlash. I just wanted to ask you your opinion. Yes. If you've seen any of Bobby Lashley's stuff from TNA.
No, I have not.
Not even clips, promos, nothing.
But I have heard it's great. He
is definitely improved since the last time I saw him in WWE.
But lately on WWE, I've just seen him doing
same old
botches.
Stuff. Really?
Yeah, I mean, his wrestling's kind of like he feels like he's lost sometimes, and I know he's better than that. So I'm being patient, and waiting for him to develop, and I just think him turning heel will help him develop faster. You know,
all right,
because he's not used to being on the big stage again.
So you want to see a character out of him?
Yeah, I think turn him heel.
Okay.
Turn him heel on Braun. That gives Braun something to do before he hunts down the Universal title. It gives Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens a credible win, even though it's...
All right, so my pick, I'm going with Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley.
I am going with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Really?
Yeah, because of what I just mentioned. Bobby Lashley will turn heel on Strowman.
Okay.
That's my...
They can't win and then that happen?
No.
Why not?
Because it has to cost... There has to be some consequences to it.
So you think that he's gonna cost him the win, and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are gonna pick up the win?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, that sounds fair.
Yeah.
You can take the next one.
The next match is Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass.
I'm gonna go with Big Cass.
Well, let's talk about the match first.
It doesn't matter. I'm just showing you.
I'm excited that Daniel Bryan's gonna wrestle, but I'm not excited to see him wrestle against Big Cass.
I don't think anybody is.
Not knocking Big Cass, but Big Cass.
Hey, this is big. I'm interested in this storyline because of that promo that Big Cass said on Miz TV.
It was okay. It
was an okay promo, but
it was better than other promos.
The fact is that he was injured too.
Yeah, but he didn't have to retire from his injury.
So
what
about him? What about him? He was injured too. Nobody.
What about Big Cass? Nobody cares about Big Cass.
I'm just saying. I'm interested in this match.
Big Cass.
He has a reason to be upset.
The only time people loved Big Cass was when he was an Enzo Amore and they were.
What happened there?
G's. Well, they broke up.
Did you hear that when he was like, I'm 7 feet tall, and then the whole crowd just went, you can't teach that.
That was funny.
Oh, that was funny.
So, it should be a good match because of Daniel Bryan. He's going to carry this match.
The size difference
there's a lot of ways you can go. I don't think they're gonna have Bryan lose in his first singles match back. So
I think that this crowd is gonna be more hot for Daniel Bryan than they were for him at WrestleMania.
Yes.
A smaller crowd, but I think that they're definitely gonna be behind him, and you know what, it's gonna be fun.
I think Daniel Bryan is going to win. Unless shenanigans, like the Miz comes out and costs Daniel Bryan the match, then that's the only way.
I don't think so. I can't remember.
Well, the Miz is busy anyway with his own
still,
stuff,
like how often, as much as you see them over and over do the what do you call it? The stretcher.
Yeah.
And all that other kind of stuff, you don't see them do run-ins as much as you used to.
Like I said, I'm going with Daniel Bryan winning his first singles match back.
Okay.
Since his injury. But if he does lose, it's going to be because of shenanigans. But I'm going with Daniel Bryan.
All right.
You're going with Big Cass.
Yep.
Let's proceed.
So we have SmackDown Samoa Joe going against Raw's Roman Reigns.
Look, I want Samoa Joe to win.
My pick is Samoa Joe.
Now, there's me picking with my heart, and then there's me picking with my brain. Roman Reigns needs...
I agree.
Some...
I can go with that.
Some more stuff back after his 2 losses in a row to Brock Lesnar. So I think, unfortunately, Roman Reigns is going to beat Samoa Joe.
Okay, so like you said...
And this is because... One, Roman Reigns needs some
it makes sense. No, you're right.
Stuff back.
Stuff.
Yeah, I couldn't think of the word. And Samoa Joe is going to SmackDown, so he's not going to suffer too much because he could start dominating on SmackDown.
You think so?
Get his
it's even though they're separate brands, it's a WWE show. I feel like if you're a WWE fan, you're going to be watching Raw and you're going to be watching SmackDown. So I still think that even because we saw this past week, we saw Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe dual promos on Raw, and then we saw Samoa Joe interact with AJ Styles on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So he's definitely up there as far as the main event.
Yeah.
But if he loses this match against Roman Reigns, where does that leave him up against Styles or Nakamura if he wins?
Well, he's still, like I said, AJ Styles is still busy with Nakamura.
Right.
So Samoa Joe is on the back burner. If Styles beats Nakamura, then Samoa Joe will come into play.
Right.
But if Nakamura beats AJ Styles, then Samoa Joe's going to have to wait. So he's going to have to find something else. He can still feud with AJ Styles, but that give Nakamura somebody else. They need to give Nakamura somebody else.
I understand that, but what I'm trying to tell you is I don't see Samoa Joe, like, as the casual fan, I would say, look, okay, if he loses this match against Reigns going to SmackDown, he doesn't look good going up against Styles if he retains. Like, that's just...
That's why they give him his own time to build that feud up. You have Samoa Joe attack AJ Styles a bunch of times.
True.
That'll get him his heat back. Without Roman Reigns being around, then you don't see his loss in a way, you know?
Yeah.
Out of sight, out of mind. So that's what I think. I think because they're on different brands and...
So because they're on different brands, him losing, you don't think that it's going to affect him
It'll
too
hurt
much.
Samoa Joe too much because Roman Reigns is...
on a different brand.
The man, you know? And he's on a different brand.
I mean, I am still
if anybody loses to Roman Reigns, they're not going to lose heat because people expect you to lose to Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying?
I guess. I'm just looking at it. I'm looking at it as a casual fan.
As a casual fan,
but
they don't care.
Huh?
Casual fans don't care.
They don't care, but I feel like it would definitely hurt Joe looking at it as a fan.
Someone's going to get hurt regardless. Whenever somebody loses, they get hurt as far as their character and their momentum. So unless they do a storyline with Reigns that he's always losing for a while, but I don't see that happening. Every time I hope, I don't see that happening though.
I think we've gone too much on this episode and the last episode on Reigns.
Let's just go on.
We have the SmackDown Women's title next. Carmella, the champion, going up against Charlotte, the challenger.
Yeah.
What do you think? Who's your pick?
Now, this one's a tricky one. Is Carmella just a placeholder for the championship? Or is Charlotte going to have something else to do? I don't see Charlotte having anything else to do except to be the champion. Unfortunately, I think Charlotte is going to beat Carmella in a revenge match. She's going to get her win back. She's going to get her championship back.
All right, so
kind of like how when Edge cashed in his Money in the Bank on John Cena, won it, but then 3 weeks later he lost it back to John Cena. I think that's going to be the case with Carmella.
Why would they do that though?
They needed her to use her briefcase. They needed the iconic duo who are now the Iconics to have an impact.
I don't know. I guess, but still.
Yeah, that was the only time that...
That'd be dumb.
How many times does WWE do things that we think is dumb? A lot.
Fair enough.
So, I mean, you can't throw that logic out because it's illogical.
Wrestling's illogical.
So, I pick Charlotte going to retain or recapture her lost title.
I'm going to go with Carmella.
Okay. I mean, I could see that one happening, but...
Did you see the contract signing?
No, I don't believe I did.
Okay. Well, anyways, that's my pick. I'm going with Carmella.
Yeah. The only way, like I said, I see Carmella winning is shenanigans, but they can't have shenanigans happen in every match.
Okay, so speaking of women's title matches, we got the Raw Women's title, Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss in a rematch from WrestleMania.
Nia Jax.
And I'm going with Nia Jax also.
Yeah, you can't have her lose right after she just won it. Plus, she's as dominant as she is.
Coming from the guy that just picked Charlotte.
What are you talking about? No, but Nia Jax won it at WrestleMania. Carmella cashed in the next night on SmackDown Live. Cowardly.
I'm done with you.
You're done. You're done. I'm done period.
With you. So, I'm going with Nia Jax also.
Just wait until I'm right, and then you
whatever.
You can be back on.
Whatever. That's fine. That's fine. I'll admit when I'm wrong. Nia Jax is just. You know, what's her name? The Irresistible Force.
Yes. Or immovable.
Immovable.
I don't know.
Whatever.
It was one of them.
Alexa Bliss is just too tiny. As we saw at WrestleMania, she's just dominant.
So precious.
Nia Jax is definitely gonna manhandle this one, and
think this one will be a squash.
I hope it's not, but as far as their WrestleMania match goes, it was a good match for me.
Yeah.
This one should be just as good, if not.
But who do you give Nia Jax afterwards as a feud? I can't really think of anybody. Like Sasha
You
Banks,
think that they're... No, I don't know. Do you think that they're gonna...
the Riot Squad? I think maybe the Riot Squad will make...
What's Ronda Rousey doing right now?
She's participating with Natalia. They're gonna build whatever their friendship, and then the eventual betrayal from Natalia, which leads to a match, probably at SummerSlam.
Okay. Well, I see her definitely being a contender for the women's title eventually.
Still too soon,
it's inevitable.
But eventually, yes. They're gonna want her to get some more practice in.
Yeah.
More experience. So
I'm glad that she's not doing it right away.
I don't see her being in a championship match until at least Survivor Series.
Okay. All right. So then now we have the Intercontinental title match.
The Miz versus Seth Rollins, champion. I'm going with Seth Rollins. Again, logic dictates because Seth Rollins is on Raw and Miz is on SmackDown. Seth Rollins will retain.
I'm going to go with Seth Rollins also. I wasn't going to go with your answer as far as, because they're on different brands.
Yeah.
But it's something of what you said earlier about Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns. Yeah. You can pick with your heart, but you can't pick with your brain or something like that. It definitely makes sense that Seth Rollins goes over in this match.
Yeah. I mean, and plus he's going to be the new workhorse champion.
I know that these two are...
he's going to give out great matches on Raw.
These two are definitely going to deliver in this match, without a doubt. Mm-hmm. The Miz is very, very entertaining. And Seth Rollins is just a hard freaking worker, man.
Yeah. It's going to be a good match.
Incredible athlete.
It's going to be a good match. It might be the show stealer. Maybe.
You think so?
It has potential.
We'll get there. Let's finish this card, and then we'll see which one will be the show.
Well, there's only one more match left.
No, there's actually two.
Oh, I skipped one.
So we have Jeff Hardy, the champion, versus Randy Orton for the United States title.
Now, see, this one's interesting.
Why is that?
I think if Randy Orton turns heel, he'll win.
I hope he turns heel.
Yes, he's a better heel.
He's a way better heel, and since he's been a face, I just kind of think he's been floundering.
Yeah.
He's done good stuff. It's just
all he has. I am never gonna is the RKO out of nowhere. That's the only thing he
What's
has.
that? Say that again.
The only thing he has as a face is the RKO out of nowhere.
Yeah. I am never gonna not like Randy Orton.
Yeah.
I've always liked him throughout his career. He's great. Everything about him is great. No complaints here. But I feel like there's nothing for any of us to sink our teeth into as far as Randy Orton goes.
I think he's better suited as a heel, and he's needed as a heel right now.
So with him, I can see him and Jeff having a feud if he turns heel, and if they want Jeff to be that singles guy,
overcoming the master heel of Orton.
Then I see Orton doing it. I know that they feuded in the past, and I think that this is going to be a good one.
So now they could either prolong it with a non-legit finish, whether it's a disqualification or a count-out. They could do that, which would, fuel Orton's heel tendencies.
You know what he could do is he can pick up the win underhanded dirty tactics.
Yeah, he could. So this one's probably the toughest one for me, to be honest.
Why is that?
Just because there's just so many options.
Okay, so
like Jeff Hardy.
How did Jeff, or not Jeff, excuse me, how did Orton get this title match?
Just because he's Orton. I don't think he earned it anyway. I think because they were both fighting around each other. I don't know. He just got it. They weren't giving it to Shelton Benjamin, that's for sure.
All right, then. Well, let's hope that he turns heel. I'm gonna go with Jeff retaining.
Yeah, and I will go with Randy Orton.
Okay.
That's my bold prediction of the day. So let's go move on to the next match.
All right, so the last and final match is going to be, I'm assuming that this will be the main event. This is a WWE Championship match, Nakamura versus AJ in this rematch. It's no disqualification.
So this is what I think could happen. If I was the booker, this is what I would do. I would do a cutscene backstage where it's AJ Styles talking to Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson.
All right.
And then they're saying, "Oh, we got your back," and blah 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 blah, and "Oh, brothers for life," etc. etc. So when the match actually happens, they come out because maybe Shinsuke low blowed AJ Styles and they're gonna go help him or something, but they come and turn on AJ, and then they join Nakamura, and then Nakamura wins the title, and he has his own little faction.
In a perfect world,
I mean, they have like maybe they have the Japanese connection. They have maybe the Good Brothers could say that AJ deserted them and went to SmackDown or left them on Raw, or...
You know what would be funny? If they do that and they pretend that they can speak Japanese and they say that they don't speak English.
See, another great thing.
That would be funny.
So, I mean, if I was booking, that would give the Good Brothers something to sink their teeth into. That would give AJ Styles an out in his loss. That would give Nakamura the title to continue his heel run. So... But I don't know if that's going to happen, but I do pick Shinsuke Nakamura.
All right. Since I heard about this rematch, I'm going to stick with my pick, and I'm going to pick Nakamura also.
Yeah, there you go. Even though AJ Styles has Samoa Joe waiting in the wings, I think, yeah, they could do Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles anyway without the title.
Yeah, and you know what? When they eventually get there, that's going to be great.
And I think, yeah, Shinsuke's doing great work as a heel. Give him the belt. Yep. See what he could do.
See where we go from there.
Yeah.
All right, well, that was our preview for Backlash. We'll definitely do another episode covering the whole show, but these were our predictions and what we thought about them.
Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Subscribe. subscribe and share. Catch us on Instagram at Madmen of Wrestling. This has been the Madmen of Wrestling.
I'm Victor.
And I'm Jake. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time.